And just like that, we're heading into the last week of the 2024 fantasy football season. So if you're heading into your championship game, first off, congratulations. It's been a long season, but we still need to kick off this week the right way with our week 17 waivers. Let's get into it. Last thing, and I promise, I'm in the festive spirit. That also could be because of a bad hair day. Regardless, let's get into these week 17 waivers. We're going to kick it off here with Mr. Hollywood himself, Marquise Brown, the new wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs. And I say new because his first game with the Chiefs was last week. 5 receptions on 8 targets, and that's the key thing. 45 yards on the day. So no huge game from him, but 8 targets in a debut game on a snap count is absolutely phenomenal. So he's heading into this game against Pittsburgh, where if the Chiefs win, they lock up the 1 seed and can rest their starters in week 17. So it's a must-win game. Marquise Brown obviously has been used in a multitude of ways, and just like Xavier Worthy, they're going to use this speed against the Steelers to really expose this defense, stretch the defense out, get big plays down the field. I like Hollywood Brown yet again this week, and he needs to be on your roster. Let's go back to the well with this one. Jalen McMillan still owned in less than 50% of leagues on all of the major platforms. And over the last 3 weeks, he's been a monster, right? 5 receptions on 7 targets a game, 65 yards and about a touchdown. Again, this is a game, so he's giving you about 16 to 17 fantasy points over the last 3 weeks, every single week. Right? Now he's going into a game against Carolina. Again, it's not a great pass defense. It's a must-win for Tampa now as they're fighting for their playoff lives here in the NFC South. So Jalen McMillan, as Mike Evans continues to chase 1,000 yards and he gets all the attention, that's why McMillan has been dominating over the last month or so of football. I think that continues here to win us our fantasy championships. But here's the full list here for week 17. Anthony Richardson is owned in more than 50% of leagues. If he's on your waivers or a Bo Nix, really that's all I would recommend picking up at this point in the season. Again, with our championships on the line. So if any injuries are happening, or if you just want a backup option, Richardson or Bo Nix, otherwise stick with who you got. Tajay Spears and Amir Abdullah at the running back positions. Amir Abdullah over Madison for the simple fact that he gets the pass work, right? The receiving work. So if you have any running backs that go down with an injury, Amir Abdullah might be a sneaky option for you as that receiving game is consistent with him. Hollywood Brown, of course, we talked about. Christian Watson, number 1 there in Green Bay, although I kind of want to see how he does tonight against the Saints. Jalen McMillan, we talked about. Romeo Doubs, same thing. Great offense there in Green Bay. They pass the ball a lot, and it's a must-win for them going forward for positioning over the Minnesota Vikings. At the tight end, there's a couple guys there. At the tight end, it's so wishy-washy. It's really take your pick here, right? Depending on the matchup. And Jason Myers at the kicker position, because I like how much Seattle gets in position to kick the ball, but they can never finish the deal most times. So he always gets pretty good games consistently. Also, a top 10 matchup for him this week against the Chicago Bears. Now, look, if you have any questions about your lineup or if you just want a second opinion, please drop it in the comments. I get back to every single comment before kickoff of the first game every single week. Ladies and gentlemen, happy holidays. It's been a tremendous season for these waiver videos. And there's one more fantasy video on Wednesday. Some start sit options for you. I'll see you guys then.